holding them back for the moment. Lysor, here backside dodging that concuss, does get spotted out. Riens collects it through the smoke. Finds a kill, smoke is dropping, Juicy able to find one, trades it back, seems even, trades it up.
One enemy
also gonna be getting involved. Final shot's gonna so Wolves in position to try to go for the flood retake, or if not just slam the door here in their faces. But he would just come away with one. Juicy gonna be taken down. Second shot there from YU, able to connect. Wants to push forward, deny the plant money, cannot do that, but still will be able to.
Need that back. Need that back.
So fair. Bucky in hand for Spring. He's holding close over at A. And Juicy. She'll send the cage to slowly drift across over towards Art. Spring pushes forward into the smoke, quite just yet. Wood's still tagged up. Only 65 health behind, is thrown over the top. Will be able to get the spot out on the one. Doesn't get the dart though, so can't just try to go for the wallbang shots here. Tailwind now expires, flashes into their face. The spike still not brought forward here into the site. Fishy's thinking about this flank, but now has his eyes turned back into the site itself. YU arriving, doesn't hit the shot, but now they consistently have to have heads on swivels. Lysor on the quick peek, finishes off with Juicy, gets Fishy. And Wolves are about to give themselves a bonus conversion. Riens needing to pull off a miracle. 9 remaining here in the magazine. 3 swings out. Heretics looking to try to change up the pace a bit. Light spray, only gonna get a little touch of damage there, but
inside a link. We're gonna find out here real soon.
Lysor obviously here, hearing that. Does get pinged out, does get taken down right through the corner. There at Alley, gonna be taken down low, and okay, push coming through. That's going to be the transfer connecting. Riens with another headshot, though, now finds himself in a 1v2 situation, trying to clutch this out. Weapon recovered. The Nebula, however, dissipating, gets the spot out, finds the kill! But YU with the headshot!
Gonna try to hide from the drone.
No one here to clear this out for him, so we'll just go for a bit of a timing peek before the quick exit. It's back around the corner. Hunter's Fury going to be lobbed in to try to get the tracking here onto him. Dances around it. Back the opposite side, does manage to stay safe. Minibu now. Swaying towards upper, exits the dimensional drift. It's going to be looking for a punish. Spring on the peek out. Able to find Woot. He goes back through. While you taken down. Value to be found there from the tour de force, and Spring's flushed out.
Spike planted.
Be tough to go for this one. The haunt and the seas.
Last player standing.
Go over to the top. Spot out, but kill cannot be found, and now you've got Boo in pole position to go ahead and give this punish. Exiting that, trying to make them constantly consider the flank in from behind. Cosmic Divide going to be invested as well here. Spring into the cubby. Looking just for a wallbang attempt as the plank gets ready to come through. Otherwise, it's just going to be providing audio here for the team, and Woot up and over the top. Ends up getting taken down. Shots on Riens, not quite going to connect. Gets himself out alive as the spike does get planted. That does give a player advantage here to the side of Wolves. Full flash coming through, but Icewood just trying to push forward in front of the walls, all crumbling to pieces. Spring Fat Baby do manage to bring this into a 2v2. Hero Theft getting the reveal. Fishy holding his own. Ducks back behind the enemy Cosmic Divide, using it against them.
One enemy
Pushes forward now into the 1v1, but time ticking away, dwindling down. Looking to try to close this one. Boo reading it perfectly that he's not sticking this at all. Backs away, now knows that he has to commit to it. And he will strike, takes the second tap.
Very close.
Pixel angle from Boo.
For their moments to accelerate. Got both of the duelists together, and Rien's gonna go for the check. Will get the spot there. Juicy identified.
Try to get the wallbang kill. Hasn't been able to do so, but flash out, Minibu just storms the site. We're to see if he can try to stop this from being a flawless round. Nebula dissipating, Woot's there. Just don't have the information that every one of the others is here from the side of Wolves.
Yeah, I like that we're playing long here. Avoid this nightfall, beautiful.
I mean, but Fishy, okay, gonna be caught off guard a little bit there, point blank. Lysor able to come away with the kill, invests the ultimate, weapon's gonna be taken out of their hands. Rien's now dead. Woot here inside of the smoke has a shorty. This time had shells loaded up, but only gets the one pump off. Looks like we're down to 55, and this retake from Wolves is looking damn clean. Re-swing out, nothing.
Seems to be a real pain point they want to identify.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Maybe we're just gonna be trading some rounds out here.
It's a little bit of info. Boo very close to another Cosmic Divide, and they're gonna stack up for another A hit.
Nebula's popped. YU play out in front of this one here at Art, but So getting fully flashed up, has to make a quick exit with the rendezvous.
30 seconds
He's
left.
just here on the opposite side. He can hear their movements, hear their footsteps, but doesn't know when's going to be safe to try to go for the strike. Woot just get taken down there mid-air. That's why you tries to go out with the headhunter in hand, but 2v4 now. As Wolves try to stretch this lead a little bit further than before, though, and Miniboo already at least a quick peek over in towards, or rather the gate crash here. It's going to end up taking him a hell of a lot further away than he might like, given that we look to see Heretics committing onto this site. Cage just popped Spring, though. Wow. Pre-firing, able to find Woot. Gets the elimination there. Benji Fishy similarly going to be taken down. Juicy holding back Pillar now can make his exit. Woot does manage to find one as Spring will fall into Hall.
30 seconds
Self-protected. Riens and Boo now have to try to clutch this out, and there's the first step, but it's all down to Boo. Spike in hand, but position noted, knows that he is going to be surrounded. Dodges the C's, gets away from that, but as he pushes it,
my ult is ready.
As Hunter's Fury now going to be online with that orb take. Cosmic Divide available, and that's going to be committed immediately. We've got Spring here playing forward in front of this one to try to find some kills, and kills he shall find. Rien's Wound, Benji Fishy, all just absolutely annihilated.
For the Wolves.
Gotta be more creative now that you only have one updraft. You can't go for the Meteor Classic. As Hunter's Fury gonna be able to find a tag, Lightsort. Launching the shots there. Does manage to stay alive, but Miniboo right there on top of him. Tugs back. The dimensional drift is Juicy. Flashing himself. Trying to enter in towards Art. Woot just stomping around, dead. The spray out from Spring finds him while you falls, but it doesn't matter. Suddenly it's just Benji Fishy left for Wolves to find. Get themselves 8 and 4.
They're trying to figure out where the hell Team Heretics are.
Flash. Not gonna catch anything there. They clear out this cam. He's had connected, but Benji able to wait that one out. He's waiting to try to see if he can find a moment to strike the Tyler. However, will scout him out. Move for the Sheriff.
30
off
seconds
screen,
left.
finding YU as shock darts get lobbed in, and Juicy falls down to 60. All right, now, a little bit contained. Miniboo goes up over the top of screens, finds that kill, but Juicy trades it back. Two eliminations gonna be found. Now it's just Juicy, Lysor, who down to 22.
Left.
Any damage from the Ghost basically will be able to find an elimination there, but who is going to be the first target, the first point of contact, and Juicy is able to win it out.
Player standing.
Puts himself alone. Swings, somehow catches Benji Fishy. And now it's just the Jet with no HP to speak of.
Fake teleport.
As he looks for the ace, and he will find it!
It's a very popular gun.
It's just a double push up here. They haven't confirmed or heard this Marshall at all. A lot of pressure on Miniboo. Try to find a bit more value here. Has to clear the Prowler. They know his spot, and that's going to be Spring. But weaponry, not really to their advantage whatsoever, unless Woot can come up with some absolutely insane shots with that Sheriff. YU potentially in a poor spot. Pressure getting ready to fly through. And yeah, you're TPing right where you're standing already. Rien's not going to fall for that old trick. Collects the kill. Outlaw not going to be the greatest weapon to try to get the retake going, but they're looking to overwhelm. And overwhelm they have.
Last player
As
standing.
it's back-to-back shots to the skull. Lights are down to 10.
It's going to have to be cleared. Hot flash on a timing there for Heretics. Didn't quite catch the Wolves, but right idea, wrong time.
They try to lock them in position there. It's straightforward, and YU unable to escape. He's dead far too quickly. It's Benji Fishy ready for these players to come drifting out of that smoke, and Miniboo is connecting with the stray shot on the Lysor. Instead, it's just gonna drift into Art. Not
Miniboo.
Who's next?
Try to slide forward. Ult popped, and he knows they're probably somewhere near.
Plant a spike.
sees them both. Gives them all the information here about the site that they could possibly want.
I'm back.
As the clones go flying, Juicy gets his exit out of the dimensional drift. Both players now contained here into halls. Splash is going to be exchanged. Springs people behind one. Juicy looking to go ahead and get this second elimination. Sends it on the corner, and Miniboo be having a pretty solid idea about where a Jet with an operator would like to go. And we'll looking with a quick little scope in there. He's trying to reposition. Clones are soaring forward onto the site. Benji Fishy going to be taken down though as YU peeks down towards that B site through the connector. Comes away with the kill. Probably not the spot that You would expect him to fall back into. Who still does get the check? Dimensional drifts. Going to be coming through, gets body blocked. They're actually letting them out for a brief little moment, but the players are still going to be spotted all the same. It's all the info here for his teammates. Trying to send the flashes, drops out of this one, but he's just trying to wide swing, and Baby says absolutely not, doesn't give the opportunity. Woot still does manage to go ahead and swing around the pillar, find the shot, Spring flushed out through the smoke. So it all comes down to Lysor from a Hunter's Fury. As narrow margin to try to find that shot. Lysor actually trying to hold this angle. Goes out, finds the kill. And Juicy's just gonna get sprayed down by Rienz. The wheels are coming off now as Heretics.
Yeah, and they're trying to spread out a little bit. They're going to give up this space a little bit intentionally, and that's a good shot for Woot.
It is. Benji, of course, does have the shorty behind here, just ready to play off his own trip. Him going out, the rush coming through. Just about able to find it, but it's still going to be a good amount of damage. Basically shoulder to shoulder with him. The peek on the ankle. Lysor instantaneous with a headshot. That Sheriff coming up huge. Miniboo drops down.
Trying to avoid those ults as best as they can. And I think Benji Fishy has a decent idea there. Oh, you're gonna guess?
Seems like no. Oh, he got him! While you swinging, it's gonna be at a disadvantage. Woot is able to go ahead and come away with the kill.
Seen some great positioning early in the rounds for Heretics, and that's a nice shot from Miniboo.
Swing out, Juicy. Dead. Hunter Spirit from Rienz. Coming away absolutely monstrously. Woot on the push. Fake goes through. They'll confirm the position on the off. C's going to be going in. Benji Fishy pushes forward. Mows down two. Neural Depth now going to get the ping reveal here. Spring is desperately trying to break through. The repeat here from Woot is able to find it. Rienz takes out. Able to confirm a bit. As a dimensional drift gets the spot out on one of the more critical players here to try to identify. Two back behind the pillar. Juicy now exiting, sees him, he's just lingering here within the cage. Benji on the opposite side. Smoke's obfuscating all. Woot finds the off-cut onto one, pushes the smoke. Shorty out, Lysor dead. Pops the blade storm immediately, tails went back up through B long. Three peaks, shot goes a little bit wide. Spring is able to collect one, Juicy back over at Halls.
Down B.
Finds the kills, it's just Miniboo left, but
of that dimensional drift for
Juicy. Off to the races, it would seem. They're looking for a fight here! Over at A main! And YU comes alive and sits them down. Boo frantically backpedaling the Prowler on the chase. The spot out on the Rienz over by Art. The Thorns and Stairs, they hold him back, they spray him dead through the smoke. As the spike gets planted, Wolves absolutely crank up the pace here on the round. 2v4. As the Nightfall gets the connection. Everyone from the Wolves disconnected into main. Their own Cosmic Divide going to be used. Wrap around coming through. Fat Baby trying to arrive over towards Art. The push out coming through.
Make them think that the other side of the map was going to be better. Bit of noise made here. Door open.
Do you read and expect potential double stack? Looks like the push forward in towards Tree not going to be coming through. So Spring maybe not going to be caught here in the trap, but good. Does end up hearing two players in that position. Paranoia through. YU going to be held at bay here for the moment as paint shells go through, and now they're once again going to have to put the crossover on towards this A side. The vulnerable there, bounding forward. Lysor able to find the first. Juicy gets a second. Benji Fishy and Rienz have been flushed out. Weapons upgraded time ticking down, but still plenty.
10 seconds left.
To get the spike in play. 3v4 now for the retake with Miniboo. Down to 22, back turn, and YU now striking on the flank. Spots out another one, goes unpunished. Boo desperately trying to get himself over towards the site to spray into the smoke. Not finding much, but Boo comes away with a second kill. Right clicks here, able to find them is Juicy.
Marshall.
He's dead over at the A side of the map. Some noise to be made. Paranoia going to be sent. Prowler getting a catch onto one. Swing out. Spike here in the hands of this player, going to get dropped, but Lysor swinging around the side, gets a fadeaway shot onto Benji Fishy with the final bullet. Push forward, looks for a little bit more.
Here's a gun that gave Heretics a lot of problems.
Spots him out. You see, good amount of damage going to be in there on the entry. Paint shells lobbed in. Boombot similarly to try to scout. Doesn't want to try to push this angle towards Baby Door with the judge in hand. Miniboo's able to find one, but Spring does get rid of Woot, so a trade on the fades at the end of it all.
Corner.
Smoke going to be cycled in. Spring going to be taken down. Juicy does manage to find one. Lysor gets the other player, Baby Door. Now it's just a double approach. Get through the connector. Lysor. Oh, they're just getting spammed out through the smoke. The push forward. Benji going to be good.
He has been a world.
Oh my goodness. Spring. Looking for a little bit more. Does find some damage. They're still going to try to just shove forward, overwhelm, and eventually they will be able to do so. YU is going to stop them from getting value off of his fallen comrade's weapon. Gets a kill onto one, gets a spot onto Woot, still swings out for the challenge, looking for the kill. Will not be able to find it. Rien's trying to hold things down here at C, but it's just...
So they're going to try to readjust into that direction, try to open themselves up for a pivot, but I like the way Heretics is maneuvering to try to cut this off.
Showstopper up and over the top, dodging this out, and Rien's out into the open, just no way to escape. Juicy finds the kill. Benji Fishy, however, plays forward into the smoke. Gets the catch on the Lysor. Puts the spike on the floor for a brief little moment as the C's goes at him. But now the call can come through from YU. Pivot into B. The site is open. So Baby Door will get broken. So Fat Baby just going to stay tucked here at tree. Looking for the linger. Looking for this backstab play. They're suspicious about it, but do they have the read? They're going to try to double clear him. They nearly line up.
I'll find you.
Benji can find one. It would give him a lockdown. Hate to have to commit that here. Won't get the opportunity. Builds up the ultimate in.
They're just going to commit.
One cleared.
Oh.
Sees nade, and that is just Rien's dead to rights. No way to escape. Juicy, a bad spot. Does get vulnerable. Does not get away from that Nanoswarm. Benji Fishy now re-swinging around the back. The peel off a second kill, but eventually is going to be flushed out. But he was similarly going to take it down. Spring. Turn set up over the top.
Cover going out.
Paranoia is not going to connect.
You know, Team Heretics is trying to guess at the Wolves' tendencies, and they have not found any success on that.
Prowler going to be cleared. Up and over the top goes Juicy, and Benji Fishy will be able to sit him down. Entry power taken out of their hands here.
Gonna try to pivot towards B a bit.
Mini Boo, though, with the retuck, gets himself on the side. They're going to try to go for the 90-degree clear outs. Can't find either of them.
Not going to fall for the detain bait.
This has dropped the pit. YU just hits it straight onto Rien, so even if the pit hadn't already fallen, certainly would have now.
Oh, and they dodged the Nightfall too. They had backed out a mound.
But now that they've dodged that, that could force the pivot from Heretics. They might take this as false information. Boo up and over the top. Spike is going to be brought over towards this side, it would seem. As it's just going to be a TP into the site to get the plant down and Spring.
30 seconds left.
Flushes out Boo. Looks like we'll at least take a peek.
One enemy remaining.
He will be noted and dealt with at the door.
They get the Season 8 out again.
And ultimately, they're going to be happy with that. Smoke about to dissipate. Boo going to try to cycle this one back through. Is Nightfall going to be committed on to B? Quick little pick out. Boo comes away with two.
You know he's
coming down. Dodges the Haunt. Smoke going to be coming through. Juicy pressured here from multiple angles now. Fights back in. Finds the first. Tries to look for a little bit more. Lysor should be dead on this angle if he swings out. Shots flying his way. It's the smoke set up to push into the smoke, and Fat Baby unable to find the shots, and they know exactly where the Omen is at. Push forward. Woot winning out the fight. 3 players surviving.
Big A contest here.
Uh-oh, this time, Wolves not quite ready for it. Sees Nate gets the catch.
Right on the other side there for this double stack.
Alarmbot cleared. Spots them both out. Finds the first, finds the second. Showstopper going to be sent. And that's going to be Spring. YU dead simultaneously.
No way.
1-7-3 here at the moment. Swings in, spots the first. Tries to get the transition, cannot do so. Sees grabbing him, trying to pull him in a little bit deeper, but
taking their time.
Cover going out.
Benji's been a thorn in their side.
Rip across, Nano gonna be sent out. He's gonna be able to find Lysor at the same time. Benji Fishy.
You know, I know there that maybe you think you're safe. Oh, hold the phone.
We'll be able to find lockdown. Gonna be sent here off the rip. Brienne's looking to try to reposition, wants to take a more aggro position here. As it shows up and now, going to be invested, some damage going to be suffered, but Brienne's still able to find one before getting taken down. Nobody detained, Nightfall out in response. That's going to connect onto absolutely everyone here on the side of Wolves. As Minibu goes chasing forward, gets himself here on the site, and they don't know what's hitting him.
3 players over at A, but there's a smoke there, slowing them down.
And I'm going to be lobbed in here as they try to go for the entry. Prowler just block out some of these bullets, though. YU forced to reposition.
Still the haunt.
Wall will fall. Paranoia to try to clear out the close angles here, but no one going to get blinded up by that. A paint shell available for Juicy. Sends that around the bend. Minibu going to eat even more damage, now down to 18. The kills still not yet being found. Lineup is there, though. Juicy finding 2. Pushes forward into the smoke. Who able to flush him out. Lysor now all alone. Gets the reload off the smoke. Gone. Tries to line it up. Finds the headshot. But needs to go for the stick here. Tries to go for the turn. Benji Fishy. He's going to try to just jump shot him here with a ghost. He's just able to make it happen.
Yeah, now you know.
Well, yep. Got the re-reveal. There's the old C's nade, and Lysor's dead. Overkill? Maybe, but still able to go ahead and lock that one in. Root on entry, right click to the face, not going to be able to find the elimination. As it's just going to be Juicy. And jiggle out. He'll get one charge no matter what.
Deep Nano being set up, but right at the door is the Nano and the alarm bot here for Wolves.
He's going to be avoided as YU and Spring able to find one apiece. Solid starting trying to shut down a bonus conversion, but they're not ready for Boo to be here. Paranoia not going to connect though, and Spring will mow down the remainders. Same Nano lineup up and over the top. Looking for the setup here as the showstopper gets pulled and Minibu's immediately dealt with. Response, however. You see trying to entry here from the front. Alarm bot giving away at least one position. Moves forward into the smoke. Paranoia. Gonna be good for 2 players. Bounce around the corner. Showstopper now gonna be sent. Knows that he's gonna be close. Finds the kill. Another paint shell. Built up. Sent. Thrown here at his feet. And Juicy absolutely demolishes. Stinger, Sheriff, a Phantom and a Vandal in hand here for Heretics. Keeping forward, Boo. Nope, this flank not going to be able to come to fruition. Taps the door. We still have Spring hovering nearby to try to watch that. Benji re-wrapping his Lysor. Able to find one. Does eventually get flushed out the Vandal, finding value. Mans comes away with the kill. Minibu up and over the top of rope. Finds a kill there. Spike plant going to be interrupted, and now it's on the floor. Spring going absolutely monstrous. A tap of the plant. The time, it's just not there. It's already over. YU has to do nothing else.
Oh, what a Paranoia.
Paranoia locks him in position. Hasn't seen anything though. The gun barrel just on the side. The swing in. Minibu wins the fight. The B site here, almost for the taking, but YU on the repeat. Stick fight not going to go deep enough to be able to get the hit there on the Woots. And the spike plant can be committed to. Hit now, blocking off Baby Door. As Lysor says, all right, I'll just reposition. TP's towards upper, joins in alongside Stupid Baby. Spring finds one. Benji Fishy going to be taken down. 2 of the remaining players here inside of the pit. Push around in from behind, looking to try to find the Viper, and they found him. Just Boo now to try to clutch it out. Push on the smoke, and he cannot find it. YU!
Direction, but YU spins on a dime.
And Minibu's dead off the rip. The C8 combo doing wonders. Lysor will get caught as Boo. Here the Prowler, good spam out.
Face your fear!
So Nightfall will go across. It's going to connect on to 2. Spring, Shoot That Baby both getting their audio taken away from them, holding on a wider angle. The C's not quite going to be able to connect. Woot desperately trying to get a breakthrough. YU at the same time has arrived, has a lockdown, but might not want to commit it into the round quite just yet. Plant coming in, Spring trying to run this down, trying to get the interrupt, is unable to do so. Looks to try to isolate, but it's just too. Just YU back through the defender's spawn. Everybody else pushing forward in towards A lobby. Benji Fishy going to be good for one. The Paranoia connecting, holding down M1, runs out of bullets. Swaps over onto the Classic, gets a right-click kill. Juicy will be able to put him down. Weapon now scooped up. This Prowler will go on the chase, but with the drop down. Mini-Boo
Gun here.
finds the kill, spots out the other.
Remaining.
And it's going to be 2 easily delivered eliminations. So YU is going to try to drift out of this poison. Slow down the approach.
Fire in the hole.
This is going to be a showstopper.
30 seconds left.
Sent out here from Mini-Boo. There's answering showstopper going to be set, but Mini-Boo, he's ahead of the curve on this one. Juicy taken down. Lockdown's going to be exchanged here on both sides. Fed Baby able to find one. The spray on the Odin, only going to be good for a singular kill.
Down, B.
Root dead, but Spring still playing forward here. Rotates around the back and catches Boo unaware.
The time!
The detain is there, but the time is certainly not. Benji Fishy just now picks it up, but the round was already. Opportunity, the chance to try to then take us to a set. Nanoswarm's coming through. Mini-Boo going to be getting cooked as Yuko is able to find 2.
It seems like Wolves are going to give them the opportunity to get the plant potentially. But when are they going to make their move? They're not giving them the opportunity to find any freebies.
Either side with much util, but Mini-Boo dead. Benji Fishy, 10 HP versus 3. 30 seconds. Even with a pivot onto the B side, they're going to be able to rewrap. He's going to try to fake it out, but they have a numbers advantage. Juicy scaling forward, makes some noise. Benji Fishy hears it, and he cannot make it happen. 13-9, 2-0 fashion.